Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is super exciting for me because it's in collaboration with Target. You guys know I'm obsessed with Target. I'm always at Target on Snapchat, so when they asked me to do this video, I was like, me? Yeah, I'm gonna do this video with you guys. I was just really excited because I got to go to Target and get a lot of makeup that I have tried and then some that I haven't tried. So the look I decided to do for you guys is one that was highly recommended by you anyways, my vacation makeup look, and really this has been the makeup look that I've been wearing every day if you guys follow me on Snapchat. I've been wearing this makeup look and just interchanging the shadows and the lip colors, but the technique is exactly the same, and once you guys see this video, you're gonna know how easy it is to achieve. It's so simple, and it's just my go-to makeup look, as well as my vacation makeup look. It's kind of just morphed into my everyday makeup look, really. Not only am I gonna go into the makeup, but I also am going to go into the skincare portion of it, not only when you're on vacation, but in everyday life, you guys should be wearing sunblock and protecting your skin. Very important, don't skip it. I'm gonna be doing that as well for you in this video, mixing it into my routine and just bundling it up into one ball of wonderfulness. So with all of that said, let's go ahead and get started. So the first step to this look is gonna be skin prep. Skin is so important because no matter how much makeup you apply, what's the most important is how well you take care of your skin. The first step and tip that I'm gonna give you guys, that I'm sure your parents have given you, because I know my mom told me this all the time, you need to wear sunblock. I used to never listen to her because I believed that, I don't know, I just felt like, oh, I'm Latina, I don't burn. That's not true. Even if you don't burn, the damage to your skin is still happening, and then as you get older, you're like, oh man, I should have listened to my mom. That's definitely me. It's also really good to apply sunblock if you're prone to breakouts, because anytime you get a breakout on your skin and you don't protect it, it starts to get darker and it can leave a scar. So if you do have breakouts, I always apply sunblock over them. That way they don't deepen and then leave a mark for a while. So the first thing I'm gonna do is apply SPF 30, and this is by Bare Republic. It's a natural mineral sunscreen. And you wanna apply this everywhere, not just to your face. I actually like to pat sunscreen in too because I feel like it works better. I'm not sure. Somewhere along the way, I heard you shouldn't fully rub the sunscreen in, that you should pat it, that it's more effective. Could be wrong, but that's what I heard. So I've been doing it ever since. You wanna apply sunscreen all over your face, your ears, because your ears get wrinkly too when you get older, and it's, you know, it sucks. I'm also gonna apply it onto my neck, because necks also look kind of crazy as you age, so. All of these things are inevitable, like we're all gonna age, but you know what, if you could prolong and age more gracefully, then why not? I find that you don't really listen to your parents until everything they say starts to happen, and then you're like, why didn't I listen to my parents? I can't tell you how many times my mom told me to apply sunscreen. I didn't listen to her. This sunscreen is really nice because it has like a powdery finish. Certain sunscreens can make you look a little bit oily afterwards. This one almost mattifies, so it's really nice. Apply it to your neck, your décolleté. Gotta get it on that décolleté. Work, 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 work. And just in case you guys are wondering, I apply moisturizer and then afterwards I apply SPF. Even if my moisturizer has SPF, like I always apply extra because I'm extra as far as my skincare. All right. So usually you wanna let your sunscreen really sink in, but right now we just don't have that kind of time. The next thing I'm gonna do is pick up the Pixi Skin Treats. This is the Glowtion. It's the Day Dew. This is gonna give you like that really luminous glow. It's basically a brightening lotion, so I'm just gonna go ahead and apply some of that. We want our skin to be the main focus to this look. You wanna make sure that you prep it really nicely. It's gonna make the biggest difference, trust. So sometimes when I go to the beach or a pool and I just want to look really like luminous but not wear makeup, you know, not wear makeup, which is like I want to wear a little bit of makeup but I don't want to look too overdone. Instead of wearing foundation, I wear a lot of skincare, moisturizer, sunblock, liquid illuminators, and then I just spot treat with concealer. Something about having all the moisturizers, anything like this that's going to give you a glow, makes your skin look radiant, and then just spot conceal where you need to. That's what I do. So the last thing for skin prep is making sure you apply chapstick. You don't really want to have crusty lips. So I always do this before I do my makeup. That way it settles into my lips before I put any lip products on over it. And then when I do, my lip products go on nicely, especially if you're going to be using a matte liquid lipstick, because matte liquid lipsticks can be drying, so this is super important. This one is from Bum, and it's the coconut. It also has SPF 30 and vitamin E. Ooh. Any chapstick you guys have, just make sure you apply it. My lips right now are actually pretty cracked. It's okay though. So another tip, just in case you guys didn't know this, the lower lip is actually more susceptible to sun damage. I'm not really sure why, but it is. So make sure you guys apply sunscreen there too. Now that we're done with all the skincare, we're gonna move on to our foundation. So I still want to see skin in this type of makeup look. I don't wanna cake products on, I wanna look luminous. Of course, I always wanna look luminous, who doesn't? I'm gonna be using the L'Oreal True Match Foundation, and this also has SPF in it. I'm in the shade Sun Beige W6. So you wanna use a damp beauty sponge to apply a really nice airbrush finish. The sponge actually picks up any extra product that's sitting on top of your skin, which makes it look a little bit more natural. And you just want to pounce the sponge over your skin. Do not rub, just give it a little pounce. I mean, you guys see me do this all the time. Just giving you some tips. I'm gonna lightly apply some over my lids because I'm not gonna be using an eyeshadow base today. I feel the most confident with less makeup. I used to feel more confident with more makeup, and I'm really happy that I'm at a place where I feel better with just what's gonna enhance my natural features. I remember if you would have told me that a year ago, I'd have been like, no, I'll never feel more confident with less makeup. Not that I was insecure without it, but I just loved a full face of makeup. So next, we're gonna apply concealer. This is the NYX HD Concealer, High Definition. This is in the shade CW04. I like to kind of just give myself a little design on the under eye. I make sure not to apply it too close to the lash line because I want the least amount of creasing as possible. Also give myself a nose highlight. Oops, went a little crooked there. And a lip highlight. Applying the concealer here is gonna make your pout kind of come out a little bit more. And then you take your sponge and blend it all out. What I like to do with blending out my concealer is first blend out down here, and then whatever's left over, bring it up into this area. That way you have the least amount of product on your under eyes, which is gonna cause less creasing. And it's not gonna look as cakey under there, because especially when you get older, you start to get fine lines and you don't wanna accentuate them by applying so much product. I also don't like to really set my face too much when I do this kind of look, so the least amount of product we have under the eyes, the better. I'm a really big fan of liquid illuminators. Today I'm gonna use the L'Oreal True Match, and this is the Lumi Liquid Glow. This is golden. I like to apply a little bit of that on the back of my hand. I take my beauty blender and dab it in. I'm just gonna kind of go along the high points of my face. And this is gonna serve as a base for any other highlighters that we apply over top. It's also just gonna make your skin look really nice and healthy. And I use the sponge because, like I said, it gives you more of a natural look and it blends everything together. So next I'm gonna do a quick contour on my nose, just a really light one, because I feel like I need a nose contour no matter what makeup look I'm doing. I'm using the NYX Sculpt and Highlight. This is in the shade Almond Light. So I'm just gonna take this up the bottom to refine it and bring it in more. And I'm taking my sponge and blending that out. It's nice to blend out any contours with the sponge that you use for foundation. Whatever's left over of the foundation on the sponge is gonna blend the contour a little bit better. And it has a highlight side, so I'm just gonna take the highlight side and just put it right here and refine this area as well. This is actually really a good product. I'm just trying it out and I'm really impressed. This color for a nose contour is really good. A lot of times cream contours can be way too orange for the nose, but this one's really nice. Very natch. Now that we're done with the creams, you can use a powder to set your face. If you're oily, then you want to set the areas that you get a little bit more oily. So for me, that's my nose, my forehead, and my chin. I like to leave everything else really luminous and powder free. If you have a blemish, you want to make sure to set that too. I have one over here. You don't want the creams to move around and your blemish to like say, hello, I'm here. So I picked up this at Target, this e.l.f. contour kit, which I thought was awesome that such an affordable brand is making a contour kit, because I feel like besides NYX, I'm not sure of any other affordable drugstore brands that are really getting into the powder contour kits. This one is by e.l.f., the bronzer palette. So I'm gonna take a fluffier brush and go into this shade right here. I'm gonna take that and start to build the warmth on my cheekbones. When doing this kind of look, bronzer is very important. So you want to take a little amount of product and slowly build the color, because you don't want to have like a huge orange streak. I've done it. I actually still do it sometimes. Nobody is safe. You have to be really careful. If you're in a rush too, I feel like it tends to happen to me. I'll look at a picture and I'm like, whoa, what is that? Now, as you can see, this is starting to define the cheekbones a little more. I'm just gonna start dabbling in all of these shades, really. Like I said, you want to keep this look natural, and I feel like this shade in particular is really looking like a shadow, which is what we want. See the difference? Like, look at this cheekbone, cut, flat, cut, flat. I'm trying to give you guys more tips and tricks in this video opposed to what I usually do, which is just like kind of go through the motions really quickly. I feel like this is a little more educational. You want to focus the bronzer anywhere the sun naturally hits you. For example, your forehead, even sometimes a little bit on the nose. A very, very light amount, just so it all has a seamless bronze. I notice that when I do my bronzer, I always do this. I have this hand just like here. It's usually lower, but it's doing this. I want you guys to know that. Off camera over here to the side, chicken claw is down here. I feel like it gives me balance. I don't know. If you want to sharpen your jawline, give yourself that chiseled look, what you want to do is take some of your colors. I dust a lot of the product off of my hand, and I just am going to take it under the jawline. And the reason I take a lot of the product off, you don't want a streak of orange under your chin, and you definitely don't want it to look like you have a beard, which has happened to me also. I just want to say that this is really, really good. This e.l.f. bronzer palette. Really nice. Moving on. I'm going into the NYX. This is the go-to palette. I'm going to take the highlighter in this palette, this color right here, and I'm going to use this to highlight. I always go heavy on the highlighter, and today is no different. I'm going to also go heavy. I'm going to apply it to the tops of the cheekbones. Ooh! If you go too heavy, you can take your beauty blender and just go over it. So the thing about highlighter is that it does make texture come out. So if you do have any like bumps on your skin in this area, you want to keep the highlighter just right here on this part of the skin. With my beauty blender, since I do have this dry patch here, I'm going over it just to get some of the moisture of the beauty blender back onto that area so it doesn't look as dry. It's going to blend the highlighter into the bronzer so it looks a little bit more seamless. I'm going to take that and apply it to the tip of the nose, of course, the bridge of the nose, and the cupid's bow. Lastly, for the skin, we're going to apply a blush. I'm going to use the blush in the same NYX palette right here. I'm going to apply that to the apples of my cheeks. I like to apply blush like kind of in a swooping on the cheekbone motion, down the apple and then up into the highlight and bronzer. Just make this face. I like to take a little bit of the blush and also go like onto the nose. Looks a little sun-kissed, just lightly. By doing that, it almost just looks like the sun just gave you a flush on your cheeks and your nose, but don't put too much, you don't want to look sunburned. So now the skin is done, we have a really nice, fresh, girl on the go makeup look. The eye look is so easy for this. Every time I'm on vacation and you guys request a tutorial, it's always the same technique. It's just different products, but it's the same technique. So I like to take a nice bronzy warm shade. I'm going to use this one from this palette right here. And what I like to do with that is run it through the crease, almost like a wash of color. I don't apply a base and I don't apply a lid color. I just take a bronzy shade. So you're just gonna run that really lightly throughout the crease. And when you get to the outer part of the eye, just kind of come in like a C shape and blend it outwards. This is going to like really accentuate the eyes without looking super overdone, like you have a full eyeshadow look. I bring it onto the lid sometimes, but just whatever's left over, just so it's one wash of color over the entire crease. It's funny because I always do this. It's one of the easiest makeup looks that I do. I just change up the lip colors, but I wear this when I'm on vacation. You guys always ask me for a tutorial, and this is as simple as it is. You start to build the color in the upper crease and into the crease, and I'm placing most of the pigment in the crease. So even though it's just one eyeshadow, it almost looks like I applied more than one. So then you want to take that eyeshadow on a smaller brush and you want to really smoke out the lower lash line, so that way you just have like this really nice bronzy smoke all around your eyes. And I build most of the smoke on the outer part of the eye, slowly bring the product in the inner corner. If you have rounder eyes and you want to make them a little bit more almond shape, you want to keep most of the product on the outer corner and don't even bring it in all the way, just keep it halfway. Back into my blending brush and just lightly blend the edges of that so it's not harsh and it's just a nice soft smoke around the eyes. This is just gonna create such a beautiful bronzy smoke around your eyes. It's gonna make it look like you tried hard, but it's so easy, so fast. One eyeshadow and you're good to go. If you wanna keep it a little bit more simple and natural, you can not build it as much and just do the lightest wash in the crease. It's such an easy makeup look, it's quick, so if you are on vacation or you need to leave, this is really fast. The only other thing I'm gonna do for the eye shadow-wise is highlight. So I'm gonna take the highlight in the palette, but I'm gonna mix it with this gold shade right here just to tone down the whiteness. I want it to be a little bit more gold. I'm gonna pop that in the inner corner of the eye. It just really brings your whole look together and it makes your eyeshadow look even more like you went all out. It gives you that J-Lo glow, and I think everybody wants that when they're on vacation. They just want to look so glowy. So that is it for the eyeshadow on the eyes. It's so easy and quick. So it's very important for a more natural look that you really curl your eyelashes. That way it makes your eyes stand out since we aren't using any eyeliner. So go ahead and curl your eyelashes and apply a ton of mascara. Lots of mascara, especially if you're not planning on wearing false lashes. Just build up your mascara until your lashes stand out. If you have an abundance of lashes, I'm jealous. When I wear mascara, it doesn't really do much for me, so I always either just don't wear mascara at all and go bald eyes, or I have to wear false lashes. So I'm gonna put some on really quick and be right back. Last step of the look is, of course, the lips. So what I like about this makeup look is that during the day, I'll wear it with a nude lip, and it's very sun-kissed and toned down. And at night, I can wear the same exact makeup look, but just wear a bold lip. And for me, I love reds and reds that are on the orangey side. So I'm going to first line my lips using this red lip liner. This is by Revlon. I feel like with a bold lip, you have to line your lips just to get that nice clean feel. Okay. And for lipstick, this is one of my favorite lipsticks. It's called Indie Flick and it's by NYX. So it's a orangey red shade and it's matte. Let's go ahead and apply that. So I just love this lipstick color, you guys. Look how much it makes the whole face just pop. Even if you want to wear this with just mascara, no eyeshadow, I think it looks so pretty, especially for spring. Just to make sure your makeup lasts no matter what climate you're in, you want to use a setting spray. I'm going to use the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Spray and Set. This is actually the first time trying this one. Give it to me. And that's the last step. Super easy, all done. You have that pop of color. You're looking really springy or vacation-y or however you want to wear this makeup look. It's a go-to and it's so simple. You can customize it. If it's too little makeup for you, you can add more, or if it's too much, you can definitely tone it down and add less. But the concept of all the things that I did, you could take and just customize them into your own look. And don't be afraid to wear a bold lip. I'm telling you, it will make you stand out, especially for spring. Alright guys, so that's it for the tutorial. I really hope that you enjoyed it. Don't forget to give the video a thumbs up if you did. Let me know what your favorite makeup product from Target is in the comments down below. I have a few, but I'm going to say that this one really impressed me today. So it's the Bronzer e.l.f. palette, super affordable. Don't forget to follow me on Snapchat, Instagram, Twitter if you guys aren't already. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye! Rolling! Ah! Cheeky deeky. Okay, pues. Rolling, 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 rolling. It's a fly here. Oh, whoa.